What's up, adventurers? My name is Platinum Phoenix, and welcome back to part 14 of the Subspace Emissary. Last time, we took back control of the Halbert from the Subspace Army. And this time, we are going back to the Subspace Bomb Factory to see if we can stop them from blowing up this island. But before we actually get on to any of the actual stages, I want to go back to the Stickers tab, because we got access to one more character last time. If I could find him. I just skipped right past him. It's Mr. Game & Watch. So these are the stickers that I have decided to put onto him. Alright, with that gone over, I think it is time to get on to the actual level. And this is another stage that does not have a cutscene to start out. So we're starting with Captain Falcon for a couple of reasons, but I'll go over that more in a second. I actually just like that he's fast. He makes going through stages much easier. Check out those guys. Okay. Just trying to make it so I'm not stuck. Okay, now that we're past all that, a couple of episodes ago, I actually was talking about the shadow bugs and how they relate to the Subspace Army, and I actually want to make a, I guess an addendum to that, because I got a couple of things wrong. I assumed that the shadow bugs were just purely bugs from Subspace, which is not technically correct. Technically, they are actually created from Mr. Game & Watch, which I found really weird when I first learned about it. I actually found out about it from looking up different information about Mr. Game & Watch in preparation to talk about him more, which I won't do until I'm actually able to play as him, because we haven't actually had the access to play as him yet. But apparently the bad guys in this game captured Mr. Game & Watch and learned that they were able to, I'm trying to think of the word, like, take, like, the shadow bugs away from him, because Mr. Game & Watch has several moves that allow him to create objects like his hammer and stuff. And apparently those things are theorized to be made out of the shadow bugs. So what they did was they captured Mr. Game & Watch and made, or I guess just used the shadow bugs to, that they took from him. And I'm being juggled by scenery. Take out this R.O.B. so he's not in my way. And now we have this door here. You can see it has a red, a green, and a blue, which means we have to get those 3 orbs in order to actually get past it. Try to make this as clean as a exit as possible. I don't want to deal with these mites. I said I don't want to deal with the mites. Please leave me alone. But that, talking about how the shadow bugs are actually from Mr. Game & Watch actually makes a lot of sense why they have so many different powers, why they can, like, take, or why they can form different objects, why they can become the pyramids and everything. It's because of how Mr. Game & Watch works. Basically, Mr. Game & Watch, if I can actually get up here so I can get all of these things. Mr. Game & Watch uses, I guess they call it shadow space instead of hammer space for Mr. Game & Watch, because of how he gets all of his objects. Did that R.O.B. just die? I'm going to say I'm okay with that, actually. But basically, because he's able to create all of those objects out of the shadow bugs, it makes sense that the shadow bugs are able to basically take on aspects out of different characters and like the pyramids and everything. It's just them taking a different shape, kind of like how they do with the Mr. Game & Watch objects. But we are now almost through this level. We have gone through one of the secret rooms, I believe. There are so many R.O.B.s here, which makes sense, I guess, with seeing... I'm just going to skip everything. Just take care of that guy. And you want to be quick on this part, because if you're not, these things turn back on and will cause you to be stuck. But if we get over here, we can get a couple Maximatoes and not really even have to deal with it. I do have to climb this ladder now that I think about it. Oh no. No! No! Almost died by rocket, but we need to... Can we hit it, please? We need to jump up there so we can actually make this come down, so we can get across here. I've been... All of these blasters are getting on my nerves, and I hate it. But talking about Mr. Game & Watch, because we saved him last time, we don't actually get access to use him for like another, I think, almost 2 levels. It's either next level or 2 levels from now. Also, if you beat all the enemies here quick enough, you can actually skip a little bit of waiting, because if you defeat them quick enough, you can actually jump up here before this closes. But even with waiting, it doesn't take super long time, and we just have to run over here. This is why Captain Falcon's bad, because he can't hit blocks directly under him. I don't even care that you're doubling, because I just need to go over here. Alright, we have a new character in the Ancient Minister, also known as R.O.B. I don't know what makes this R.O.B. special. I assume it's like the original R.O.B. or something, which is why he was given, I guess, control over the rest of the R.O.B.s. I am being absolutely juggled by these 2 gunners. Ooh, that's something fun. Thank you. Goodbye. But R.O.B. is rank 18 out of 38. He has several things going for him. Specifically, he has 2 really good projectiles. One that's a laser that goes all the way across the stage, and the second is this rotor, which he can fire out, and it stays on the stage as another, like, stage hazard that you can pick up and throw again. It's kind of like Diddy Kong's banana, except this one does a ton more damage. R.O.B. also has one of the best recoveries in the game, being able to literally fly. I thought that was a big mushroom. I thought it was big. I wanted to be a big metal boy. R.O.B., because he can basically fly, has actually really good aerials. He has really powerful ones that he's able to use. The biggest thing about him is that his hitboxes are kind of weird. Is this one big? This one is big. We for it. Take out those two. Can I just blow this up? Is that a no? Can I just... You're never growing. I can't believe that worked. Trophy. But like I was saying, R.O.B. has some pretty awkward hitboxes as he dies. He's also a heavyweight with a very large hurt box, which a hurt box is the area where the character can be hit. And also, I want to get on the other side of this before he... And now I can come over here and just end this guy. Because I do not want to deal with two of these at once. That would be very, very unfortunate. And we just have to deal with the second one now. And this should be the last enemy according to that layout at the top. So... Alright, now we're on our way to escape the bombing facility. That last cutscene brings up a really good point, of how does Ganondorf has more control of the R.O.B.s than R.O.B. does? I'm assuming that they're not real, they might not be real R.O.B.s, which actually might explain why, the real R.O.B. is the Ancient Minister. They might just be more Shadowbug clones, which would explain a lot, actually, now that I think about it. We just want to drop down here, and I'm going to pick this up to just explode anyone who decides to try to fight me. Alright, this is working less good than I wanted it to. We just have to maneuver between these spikes. Even if we hit the spikes, they don't actually deal a ton of damage. But yeah, right now we are just running away from what are basically just a bunch of bombs, which are trying to explode this entire island. So we just have to get down here, and this platform should open. And I like to kind of just go to the complete side of this level and just jump up here. That way, if you hit any of those platforms, they send you flying upwards. I want to kind of rotate over here so I don't have to deal with any of these bombs, because there's a platform down here. Basically, if you land on any of those platforms, they would be shooting those bombs at you, but if you go on the outside, they're a lot easier to avoid. And we are not we don't have any, like, collectibles or anything we have to get in here. It's literally just like the end of a Metroid game, where it's just like, run. I have 100... Ah! There's a trophy! I think I got it. It sounded like I got it. And there's a door right there. Oh, whoops. That's not quite the last place. Basically, you can drop down there early, and there's a door there. If you just press up, you go through the door. Alright, second's verse, same as the first. I just want to use characters with good aerials because Ridley is in the sky. Go ahead and pull myself back up. And Metal Ridley, or Meta Ridley. I don't know how in the span of him being defeated the first time when we first got the armor to now that he became a robot. But he fights almost entirely differently. He likes to spike the ship and everything. He shoots fireballs now. He has a move where he latches onto the ship and just tries to pull you down as you're fighting him. And if you don't do enough damage, then he just kind of pulls you all the way down, which is this move right here. If you just hit him, he flies off. But yeah, I don't know why I know in the Metroid games he becomes Meta Ridley after he's defeated the first time, I think. But I don't know how he becomes Meta Ridley here. Like, is it... I'm just not sure. Alright, and that is our first stage cleared of the day. And everyone has now congregated in one area, and we have like 3 ships. But it looks like now we are entering the subspace, so let's go ahead and enter the subspace. Alright, we have access to basically every single character that was on the team. But only one of them has not gone over, so I'm gonna pick Mr. Game and Watch. And then I'm just gonna pick a couple of characters that are fairly quick that I am okay at using. Go ahead and pull myself up. Ooh, pull myself up. There's a couple of things about that cutscene that I actually want to go over. One, it was always the coolest cutscene when I was a kid. Just every single character fighting against Bowser and Ganondorf, to get into the subspace. Try to not die here if I can accomplish it. Some other things are that Meta Knight, who famously loves his ship and literally fought tooth and nail to get it back, was okay with it being destroyed. It's really cool. And then the dolphin, almost not making it into the portal, showing that the dolphin apparently is never fixed. Also, something that I have to bring up, if they had a Death Star laser gun that could shoot bombs, why weren't they using it? Why was it the last resort? Like, well, at least I would assume that they would at least try to use it first. But we just have to take out these portals. I'll leave the Barbaros one for last. But getting into Mr. Game & Watch, you can actually see what I'm talking about from the last stage, where he's pulling out these random objects that apparently are made of the shadow bugs, which were extracted from him. But Mr. Game & Watch himself is ranked 16 out of 38. He has a lot of large and kind of disjointed hitboxes, which makes him kind of difficult to fight against. A lot of his moves are hard to predict, mostly because they're just they're very low lag time and they're hit very hard. Plus, Mr. Game & Watch being the only 2D character in the game just makes it very hard to tell which way he's going to be attacking from. His specials, some of them, like his forward special, that was his recovery. But his forward special is called Judgment, which allows him to kind of gamble. It's actually my favorite move of his because it is just gambling. But Mr. Game & Watch, I was about to say, has really good survivability. I say as he dies. But between his good vertical recovery and his ability to momentum cancel using his bucket, which is another move of his, he's just really good at staying alive for a long time. But I believe this is actually the end of the stage, so let's just go ahead and go on through. This is very energetic music for what just happened. But with that being said, that is the second stage of the day cleared. So I guess that'll be the end of the episode for today. That was just like 4 betrayals all rolled into one. Ganondorf betraying Bowser, Ganondorf technically being betrayed by Master Hand, who's being controlled by Taboo, and then all of the characters being turned into trophies. But with that being said, I hope that everyone enjoyed watching. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Next time, I guess we'll see where the story leads us, because all of our characters are now trophies. But until then, happy adventuring.